In this tutorial, I want to share with you how to make table of content in Microsoft Word document. So for example, when you have your project written in chapter 1 to 5, or you have your paper written in chapter 1 to 5, I mean your journal paper or your conference paper written in Microsoft Word from chapter 1 to chapter 5, and you want to insert table of content automatically. Now, one of the key benefits of inserting table of content automatic within your document is that when you are working continuously, you don't need to keep on taking on the data and page number and updating it manually. It's going to be updated accordingly or automatically as you work within the document. So it's a very good feature that Microsoft Word incorporates. If you know how to use it, it will save you quite a lot of time. So in this case, we have our paper written chapter 1. We can see chapter 1 and we can see subtitle, which is overview, and we have aim and objective. This is chapter 2, literature review, general overview, and customer satisfaction, all the way to chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5, conclusion and recommendation. Okay, so don't worry about the content. It's just a made-up content. It's just a haphazard content I copied from somewhere, but just to show you how to use it efficiently so that you can have one of the best experience with it. So the first step and the most simple step is to insert or to add paid heading style on each of the headers. So let's say, for example, this chapter 1 is introduction. We'll make it header 1. Okay, so one of the key benefits is you can make all the chapters header 1. Sub chapters can be header 2, header 2, header 2. So chapter 1 could be header 1 and this sub chapter could be header 2. So you select it and put header 2. Okay, header 2. And we can come to the second one, aim and objective, and we make it also header 2, right? And then down here we have chapter 2, which could be a header 1. Okay, header 1, you can see the size and everything. You can see chapter 2 can be a header 2. This customer satisfaction and general overview can be a header 2. This customer satisfaction, we can make it header 2 also. Okay, so you can do the same for all. Chapter 3, this one can be header 1. Okay, general overview can be header 2. Data collection can be header 2 as well. It's a subtitle. Okay, and chapter 4 can be header 1. See, the extraction can be header 2. And maybe we can have clear adoption as header 3. Let's just have it as header 3. And we can have chapter 5 as header 1 as well. Right, conclusion as header 2 and recommendation as header 2 as well. Right, so this is just our document. Just formatted it. We've inserted the styles, so this becomes very easy to insert table of content and very easy to manipulate this document. Okay, so to insert a table of content, all you need to do is to come to the point where you want to insert that table of content. Assuming you want to put it at the beginning of the document, so let's just hit enter twice to put it over here at the beginning. So we can come to references. Okay, so we can come to table of content and we just click and we have a bunch of table of contents that we can insert from. Right, so notice that we can insert the first one or the second one, table 2. Okay, automatic table 1, automatic table 2. So but the difference is that this one is just contents, this one is table of contents, but there's no much difference as regards the content, maybe except 1 or 2 things that we may not have seen. And the other one is a manual assign. You can assign it manually if you want. Okay, or you can remove if you don't want. So but for this case, for this tutorial, we're going to go with the second option, which is table of content. And once we hit on this, notice that we just have our table of content immediately assigned. Okay, you can see it assigned, and with all the table of content, you can see heading 1 and subheadings, heading 2 and subheadings, header 1, header 2, header 1, header 2, header 2, and everything. Okay, so you can see the way it is arranged and accordingly with the pagination as well. So this is how to actually bring in table of content. So in cases when we tamper with the document, we added 1 or 2 things, of course quite a lot of things are going to change. So let's say we move this chapter 1 to a fresh page, so that we can reserve this to be to the table of content to be on a fresh page also. So let's say our chapter 1 starts here instead of the way we have it on page 1. So you can see now that it's not updated. Right now it's on page 2. It's not updated. So all you need to do is to come back and click on the table of content and say update table, and you will be popped up with the question to update page numbers only or update entire page. So for this case, we just want it to update page numbers only. So we select page numbers only and we click on OK, and you can see it has just updated our first page, introduction, to page 2 because we moved it to page 2. So you can do the same. So for example, when we add another chapter at the bottom of this, maybe we'll add references and we'll put in some 1 or 2 references at the bottom. Okay, so let's say we have these 3 references and we want to add this to our document. So let's say we select this and we make it a header 1. So we'll come back to the main home page and we'll click on header 1. We make these references a header 1. We can always go back here and we'll see that we'll notice that it is not updated yet. Okay, it has not updated the table of content. So all you need to do is to still come back and click on the table of content and we'll come to say update table, but this time around we can say update entire table because we want it to update part of the content that we've just added. Okay, so we just click on OK and you can see it has added our references, which is on page 4, and it shows that it is on page 4. So this is the first part, to have it arranged like this. In some cases, in some styles, like in my school, what we used to have is all the chapters. They have to have chapter 1 and chapter 2 as the sub chapters should carry maybe this is chapter 1, the next one should be 1.1 overview, 1.2 aim and objective, chapter 2 2.1, and something like that. So if you want to have something like that as your table of content, so you can say, maybe all you need to do is to come over to the home tab and come to this multi-level list. Okay, if you want to enable the multi-level, because people used to have a lot of problem with this, so you just click on this and you can check on the different multi-level. So usually you can go with this or you can come with this. So header 1 is going to take in 1, header 2 is going to be 1.1, 2.1, 3.1 or thereabout. So you just hit on this and it's going to update the whole thing automatically. Okay, so you can see it over here. So right now you can see our tables and you can see we have the multi-levels enabled. So you have chapter 1 is chapter 1, and this is 1.1, 1.2. So 2 is chapter 2, and 2.1, 2.2, and 2.2 is chapter 2, multi-level 2. Okay, level 2. So we can have chapter 3 and so on. Okay, so what I used to do actually, because in my own style, in my own school style, we don't need to see these two at the beginning, or this one at the beginning of all the chapters. So what I usually do is I select the numbers, okay, and I quickly change their color, okay, because I don't want to see them. I just want to see chapter 2 and I want to see the continuation 2.1, 2.2. So what I used to do, I leave it as it is, but then I change the coloration of the text. Okay, so you can come over here and make it white, and that 2 is gone. Okay, so you can have chapter 2 and you have 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. The same way chapter 3, you have 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. So you're free to do it on all the chapters. Chapter 4 the same. Okay, so even references, you will not see that it has the 5 over here. All right, so feel free to try it. And right now we can come back to our table. You can see it's not updated, so you can just select it and update table, and this time around we update the entire table, not just the page numbers only. So you update the entire table and you can see it has taken everything. Okay, so you can see it has updated everything, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 5, and everything is inside and intact as we have it. Okay, so this is just a bit on how to design our table of content. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to try it, feel free to try it on your own and see for yourself what you can do. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to always hit the subscribe and notification buttons to stay connected to this channel for more of our very useful videos. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.